And one day as SAKATOA was walking to her job, she was notified by her rescuer from the bush that his wife was getting upset. That there was a lady living in his trailer. So she had to move, find a place to live. So SAKATOA reached out to the people that she knew so that she didn't have to live in a bush again. And the only option she had was to go back to the person that she ran away from. And even though it wasn't a bush, the driveway was much safer for me. So my ex offered me the driveway as he was caring for my child. So one day as SAKATOA was leaving her driveway to go to work, she thought it was any other day. She left all her belongings behind. People would often dig through them and take her stuff. She was happy enough knowing that her babies were in daycare and preschool, and they were happy and they didn't know what was happening. SAKATOA knew she could get out of this. She knew Creator would get her out of this. So she kept creating. She didn't give up. And one day, her ex was feeling really bad that the mother of the child that he was caring for was sleeping in the driveway and was working so hard. So he offered to take me out of town, to take SAKATOA out of town, to work jobs, to get money so that we could get a place to live. And after he tried to push me off a cliff, I ran away and I hid in a bush. SAKATOA was inside of a tree trunk for about 3 hours, scared for her life. So she decided to run. SAKATOA searched everywhere for a place to live in a town that she wasn't familiar with. People said not to take pictures of the lady in the mountain, but she did anyway. SAKATOA tried to find a job at the local liquor store. It was the only place that was willing to take her on as an employee. And SAKATOA found a man who offered her a boat to stay on, to live on. Because the local shelters were full, and they said they had fleas. So SAKATOA built an inukshuk. And she decided that she would dance in the rain and go to work from her boat every day. The boat blew up. The boat blew up. And the man that gave her the boat was covered in burns. 80% of his body was covered. So she admitted herself into the hospital. She thought to herself, maybe I can get a job in the hospital. So SAKATOA worked in the hospital, and many things happened in there in the institution. But I didn't have to worry about going to work from a bush or a driveway anymore. I had my own bed. I had to share it with other women. and often seen ghosts and other things creeping in the corners of the night in the hospital. Didn't scare me though. Now SAKATOA could afford to get on the bus and get a better job and run away from the man that wanted to kill her. Step by step, SAKATOA made her way through life, getting closer to the day where she would be reunited with her children. She never gave up. Now, SAKATOA could gather everything that was in the bush, everything that was in the driveway, everything that was hidden all over the different towns and cities and places that she's been. She carried her songs with her the whole way, all the way home. She played the drum, and every day she knew someday that she would be reunited with her children. Finally, SAKATOA arrived to her homeland, and she was offered a place to stay with her family, and she was waiting for her youngest child to come back to her. It wasn't easy. There was still a long road ahead. SAKATOA was going to face the world, expectations. SAKATOA had to live in the bush for another year in a tent this time. At least she had some shelter. She thought to herself, if I start a show, maybe someday all my children will be reunited. And we could have a fire together and feel warm and safe and loved. So SAKATOA every day would work hard, and she taught people how to live on the land. And she worked every single day, and she praised the Lord, our Creator, for it. This opened doors. SAKATOA is getting closer to getting her children back in her arms again. SAKATOA was building her cabin in the woods. She figured everyone would help her, but nobody there was there to help. So she kept building, kept writing, kept creating, kept believing. She never gave up. I was so grateful. SAKATOA continued to survive, to thrive. And now she lives in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, where the legend continues.